Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I've been thinking about doing different videos here lately, and I thought I would go ahead and do this particular video. I just found my aspirin, sorry. I wanted to do, realized I had a lot of indie decks and a lot of mass market decks, and then I started looking, and I realized I have quite a few that were indie that became mass market decks, and no one ever really talks about those. So I have 14 decks here, and I thought I would go ahead and show. I may have more in my collection, I don't know. These are the ones that I know were indie decks that became mass market. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys what I got. So without further ado, here we go. So for deck 1, and these are in no particular order, I have the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Houston. This is a U.S. Games publication. I first saw this on Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and she had the indie version, and from some little shop. I think her father and stepmother bought her the deck from a little shop in California. That the owner had been at, and was selling her decks there. And then I guess it moved on from there and went to mass market. And when she had the deck, I'm like, ooh, that's interesting for dream work. But I didn't know where to get it or how to get it. And then all of a sudden it was mass market. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I got it mass market off Amazon. I think all of these I bought off Amazon. So, or something close to that. But this is a really cool deck. Everybody's seen this deck at this point. Everybody's got it or seen it or something. But yeah, I thought this was a very interesting deck. And I use it quite often for dream work. I do have the Lorenzi Tarot now. That is, I don't know if it was ever mass market. I've only ever seen it as mass market. Just came out. But it's kind of rivaling the Dreamkeepers for a dream deck. Next, we have the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. It is a Red Feather Schiffer publication. It comes with a huge book. And then this 2-part box, which I hate. I saw this on, and if I wind up running out of time, I'll do a part 2 on this video. But I like to talk, so if you haven't noticed. These are more Oracle-sized cards. They're thicker. They're typical. If you got the Tarot of the She, same cardstock. I saw this first on Lisa Pepez's channel, and I'm like, I love the colors in that deck. I need it. And then I walked into, about a year ago, to my local metaphysical shop, and she had just ordered a bunch. And I'm like, why not? And then I got it home, and I'm like, no. Because it's so busy, it makes my head hurt. So I use this very seldom, even though it's stunning. I love the coloring in it. It makes me dizzy. It makes my head hurt a little bit. So I don't use it as often as look how beautiful that is. There's a lot, and it just makes my head hurt. So I don't use it as often as I thought I would when I first got it, but I do still use it. So that is the Bonefire Tarot. Now mass market. Okay, next we got the Antique Anatomy Tarot by Claire Goodchild. I saw this first as online Amazon. Then I realized it had been a indie deck prior to. Oh, that's the board. And I realized there's so many Oracle decks that go with this, and I edged it in this like wine color. It's really pretty, made it look even more antique. It is more of a pip deck. This is my favorite Wheel of Fortune. Gorgeous. I had this deck on my list for so long. I'm like, it's around, it's fine. And then I went to buy it, and it was nowhere to be found. And I'm like, did it just go out of print on me? So I wound up getting this on some rando, like, business I want to say Dick's Sporting Goods, but it wasn't Dick's Sporting Goods. It was something like that you would never expect they would even have books, let alone tarot decks. And they had one left online, and I bought it through them, which cost me double what the deck is worth, or what you can buy it for on Amazon today. But it came, as soon as I bought it, and I waited like 2 weeks for it from this department store, it came back into print on Amazon for like half the price. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I think, I haven't looked on Amazon lately, but I'm pretty sure you can still get this on Amazon. But yeah, that's the story of how I got the Antique Anatomy. I love it. Comes out usually around Halloween time, or this time of year. And that's about it. Next. Deviant Moon Tarot. This is the Borderless edition. It is a U.S. Games publication. I have the bordered edition, and then I got this borderless edition, I think this year. Yeah, pretty sure this year. Because I don't like the borders. And I etched it in this like brown. It says brown, but it's more like a burnt brown, which kind of goes with the colors in the backgrounds. But I did not like this deck. I didn't see the appeal. I don't know if some of them are upside down because I don't read reversals. I could not get the concept of this deck, why people were so in love with it. And then a friend of mine sold me like a bunch of decks for like really cheap, and this one was in there, the bordered version. And I'm like, oh, it's funny, it makes me laugh. Sure, I'll get it, I'll take it home. And it just sat here. And then the more I got to thinking about it, the more I'm like, well, maybe if I get the borderless edition, because I hate the borders. And I got the borderless edition right after my grandmother passed this year. And some stuff went down, and I'm like, okay, this is not some funny little haha deck. Yeah. And so I think I made the right move in buying the borderless, because I would have never given it a second thought with it being bordered. And this card is actually one of the cards that was like, because I'm sure this is a kid, but to me this is like a woman, the wife berating the husband. Like he can't do anything right, and she's just on him. And I was like, it's a very interesting take on that card. And then this is the other one. Like literally the week my grandmother died, I had this deck and was using it, and this card fell out, and it looks like somebody's passed. It's the Four Swords, where they're probably just sleeping, but it looks like they're in an open grave to me. And the whole thing between my grandmother passing and all that, it really took on a different, this deck really took on a different speed for me. That I had not seen in it before. And this has always been my favorite card in this deck. But you can still get it on Patrick Verlenz's website, Deviant Moon. And you can get it on US Games. I think it was on sale when I got this. I think it was like $15 on Amazon when I got this particular deck right here, the Borderless edition. But if you are a person like me that doesn't do borders, this would be a great deck to try out. It's not very expensive, just to see if your tastes have changed with a borderless version versus the bordered, because it totally opened things up for me for this deck. So that is the borderless Deviant Moon. Next we have the Orion's Animal Tarot by MB Sun. It's a Rockpool Publishing deck, and it is freaking stunning. There's a card stuck in there. Oh, there was a paper in there. That's why it's stuck in there. It's stunning. It has the same exact cardstock as the second edition Marielle. So if you have the second edition Marielle, it's so good. So good. The box is beautiful. It's gilded in this beautiful silver. The back's gorgeous. The front, I can't explain how freaking beautiful this deck is in person. It is stunning. and I haven't really used it because it feels precious to me. Even though it's a mass market deck now, and I bought it mass market, it was just like, it's so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. That I'm just like, yeah, I reached for something else. Just because I have a couple animal decks like this. If you watch the previous couple videos, that's the way I feel about my Oak Ash and Thorn and my Smoke Ash and Embers. They're very precious to me. Of course, those are indie decks, and they're much more expensive, but this deck is so stunning. So beautiful. So beautiful. And that is the Orion's Animal Tarot. Look at the box, like, come on. Just stunning. Everything about it stunning. And again, that was on, I actually got that in my local metaphysical shop, but it is on Amazon. Next we have the Relative Tarot. This started out as a indie deck by Carrie Paris. It's a magnetic box. It started out as a majors only deck. And then when it went mass market, it went full deck. It's gold gilded. It's amazing cardstock. It is also very stunning. I use this for past life work. I've actually started branching out to use it as mediumistic work. It's stunning. I've actually had a couple images in here that I didn't realize were in this deck, and a couple dreams I've had. So I feel like some of the dreams I've had that I blew off were more dreams around people's deaths. And they were mediumistic dreams, and I didn't realize it at the time. And then I opened this deck up, and I'm like, wait a minute. These are scenes I've seen in my dreams. So I thought that was quite interesting, and it made me realize, yeah, this deck needs more uses than what you're using it for. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck, and it was like $25 on Amazon. Beautiful, stunning, and it doesn't give you a whole lot in here and the book, but what it does give you is cool and different, and I love it for that. And you'll have to buy the deck to look at that. Next, we have the Heavenly Bodies Astrology Oracle. I only have 2 Oracle decks in this whole thing. But look at that. It's almost like I bought the indie version. It's got a hardback book with a ribbon. It's got another box in here. And I was playing with this last night because I totally forgot I had it. I'm like, how did you forget? It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Another box here. I mean, it is stunning. Look at that. Just stunning. The cardstock is something to be desired, left to be desired. It's more cardboardy. But the images in this deck and the book, I can overlook the cardstock. It is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Stunning. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous deck. Yeah. Stunning. Yep, that is the Heavenly Bodies Oracle. I don't know why, I must try to stick it in the big box. It's got multiple boxes. She goes in here with a nice, beautiful ribbon to match the other ribbon. It's stunning. Look at that. It says, heaven is under our feet and as well as over our heads. Beautiful. Okay, we got a few left. This is the 7th Sphere Tarot. They actually have, this is like paper. They have exclusive editions on Barnes & Noble. But if you go to the 7th Sphere website, they do have an indie version of this deck. It's gilded. Some of the cards are different. They also have a Marseille version, which I want so bad, but I can't afford. It's stunning. I got this set on Barnes & Noble website. It came with a huge book. There's like a million spreads in the book. The book itself was worth it. But that's the 7th Sphere Tarot. It does shuffle really well. Yep. And it didn't come in a box. It came like attached to the book, so I got a little pouch for it here that I made for it. Next, we have the Guardians of the Night Tarot by MJ Cullinane. It's a Hay House deck. I just showed this in a previous video I'm uploading right now. I edged it in this purple to match the little purple flowers on here. It's a more oracle size. This just came out recently as mass market. It was on my list prior to buying it mass market. And then I just never got around to buying it. And then I'm like, oh, it's mass market now. So I just bought it mass market, which was a few dollars cheaper. But it's a stunning deck. It's been very profound for me this year. I love it to pieces. Very, very beautiful deck. Not going to go into great detail because I just showed it in the previous video that's uploading right now. It's beautiful, and I've loved it. I've used it quite a bit this year. Considering how long ago it just came out. I think it's July it came out, June or July. Okay, then we have Next World Tarot. This is the mini version by Christy C. Rode. This is a Silver Sprocket publication. I love it. It's cool. Really cool. I don't know if I can show it upright or not. Oh my gosh, they're all mixed together. Why? I love that it's a newer post-apocalyptic type deck. And it's got signs and keywords on the minors. I love it. I use it sparingly because some of the readings are pretty dark in that deck. Despite the brightness of the deck, it can get pretty dark. 4 left. So we have the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. This is a Hay House publication. I saw it, and then it was gone, and then it came out mass market. I'm like, okay. So I bought it. I actually got this at Barnes & Noble in store for like 20 bucks. It was pretty cheap, and it's awesome. I've done quite a few spreads with this. It has keywords in it, but there's not taking over the images, and I think the images and the coloring in this are just stunning. I haven't used it in a few months, but I did use it quite a bit at the first of the year because I got it in like I think the last day of December or the 1st of January I bought this deck. So, yeah, it's very beautiful and stunning. 3 decks left. Next we have one of my newest purchases, the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weiner, Hay House publication. Again, this is the same thing. I saw this deck. I'm like, ooh, it's beautiful. It has a past, present, and future card with it. Beautiful little guidebook. It's more of a pippish deck. Blue backs. Beautiful. Gorgeous cards. Saw it last year as an indie deck. And then I forgot about it. And then I saw it recently. It was on Hay House. I think it's still on Hay House for $8. And I'm like, what? They're having a fire sale. So, bought it. Have not regretted it. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. And, yeah. So, it's kind of like the other one where I saw it as an indie deck. And then it just vanished. It was gone. And I'm like, did I imagine that deck? And then when I saw it resurface, it was an indie deck. Last 2 are by the same creator, Chris Ann. The Light Seers Tarot is my one regret deck because this is my favorite deck of all time. I came onto the tarot scene prior or after the indie deck was already gone and before it came out mass market. So I missed the indie version, and if I could ever afford it and get it, that's my one thing on my bucket list. But everybody's got this deck. Everybody's seen this deck. It is my favorite deck. If I could have only ever one deck, it would be this Light Seers Tarot. This 8 of Swords, this was the 3rd tarot deck I ever bought. this Eight of Swords is why. And this Eight of Swords, once I got the deck, helped me through a lot of crap that I was still keeping hidden and bottled, and just a lot of stuff I didn't know was there. That's still there. That was still there. And for that, and this also, during the heat of the height of the pandemic, got me through when I was jobless and wasn't working and didn't know what was going on. This was my companion. And then we have the Sacred Creators Oracle that just went mass market January of this year. I want to say this year, last year. One of the two. Beautiful backs. Same cardstock as the Light Seers. Where the Light Seers is beautiful and sweet and nice, this one will kick you in the junk. Like, slap you in the face. Spit on your face. Yeah, it's hard-hitting to me. As beautiful as it is, and as simple as it looks, it will slap the crap out of you. And it has multiple times for me. Which is why I love it. Because I love that balance between those two decks with Chris Ann. And that is all my decks that I have that were once upon a time indie that are now mass market. Both of these were on Amazon, I think $20. Yeah. So I'd like to see your indie decks turn mass market decks, if you have any. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night. Bye.